Hey, what is up guys? Max Weigand here. So today we're going to discuss the mind-body connection and specifically 4 powerful ways in which you can use this in order to skyrocket the happiness, the energy, and the confidence that you feel on a daily basis. Now the mind-body connection, essentially what it means is that your brain and your body are constantly communicating, and it's a two-way street. So at this point, most of us know that how we think and how we feel determines and affects our physical body. So for example, imagine two people walking into the room that you're currently in. One of them totally depressed, while the other person is the most happy and excited person that you've ever seen in your entire life. How do they move? How do they look like? How do they stand? Well, I'm betting that you could tell. The depressed person obviously is kind of like slumped over, right? They're kind of hunched in, right? They may have their arms tucked in, they have the head down, they're breathing shallowly, they're talking quietly and slowly. While the happy person is obviously a different side, right? They have a smile on their face, they're walking with some movement, right? They're walking tall, they're expanding, right? They're talking out loud, they're, high-fiving the person, whatever it is, right? But obviously it's a very different side. And so not only does how we think and how we feel affect our body, but also what research has shown over and over and over again, how we use our physical body changes our mind, meaning changes how we think and how we feel. And we can use this effect because one of the biggest challenges that people face over and over again when I talk to my coaching clients, whatever, is that, we always try to win this mental war, meaning when we're trying to, be happier or be more confident, most people are trying to just win this mental war and convince themselves up here that they're actually happy or they're actually confident. Well, what I'm trying to suggest to you here is that oftentimes one of the easiest ways to access elevated states of mind, to access happiness, to access energy, to access joy, to access confidence and certainty in your life is not through the mind, but it's through your body. It's by changing the way we use our physical body that we can access these states much quicker than if we're just trying to convince ourselves into these states. And so here's 4 tools that you can use every single moment of the day in order to do exactly that. Number 1 is simply put a beautiful smile on your face. Now smiling, there's been hundreds and hundreds of studies on this that show over and over again that just putting a little smile on your face can actually significantly boost your mood. So one way researchers do this in the lab is they have people come in and give them a pencil. And essentially they tell people to stick the pencil in their mouth just like this. So essentially biting on this pencil, which creates this sort of artificial smile. And just doing that, not even telling people, hey, smile, just doing that, people will afterwards say, hey, I'm feeling happier. Now in the same way, if they give people a pencil and tell them to stick it like this, or sort of forces an artificial frown, people will actually report feeling worse afterwards. And so what this means is that the way you use your facial muscles actually affects the kind of mood that you're creating, so you want to be aware of that. And using smiling is really one of the easiest and fastest ways then that you can access a happier state of mind. Simply, whenever you're feeling a little slump, whenever you're a little tired or frustrated or angry or sad or whatever it is in your life that's sort of stopping you, just putting a little smile on your face can really be the fast track, start towards getting over it and getting into more positive emotions again that you truly want to feel. And so that's the first key. The second key, we're going to take it one step further, which is laughing out loud. Just right? Just the easiest thing. Now, again, this is a physical motion, right? So, just like smiling, we can do this in response to humor, in response to, our friend telling this great joke and we'll laugh out loud, right? Which is amazing. But, laughing in itself is a physical motion, which means you can do it any moment of any day. You don't need to be, happy in the moment yet. You can start by laughing out loud and you will feel happier. And so this is a little more powerful, involves a lot more emotion and a lot more, movement and really muscles. And so it's a little bit harder, of course, right? Especially, when you're sitting in an office, you probably don't want to just laugh out loud for no reason. but simply, going to a bathroom or just when you're at home, especially during this COVID crisis, right? When you're alone in the kitchen working from there, you can laugh out loud like every 5 minutes and it's gonna feel great. And so really want to encourage you to start using this more consistently, whether you're just physically laughing out loud, maybe watching some comedy, which is also of course great, right? So that's the second key. Now the third thing I want to suggest to you is to use this concept of power posing that Amy Cuddy from Harvard University has made really popular a couple years ago. You may have seen her super popular TEDx talk on this idea of power posing, which essentially means that how we use our physical body, the body language we use, affects how we feel. So while some of her research, part of this has really been debunked, especially sort of the neurochemistry behind it, what has been replicated over and over and over again is the fact that how we use our body determines our confidence and our stress levels. So what she has shown is specifically is that when you, for example, use this body language of Superman or Superwoman, right? So you expand yourself, you make yourself as open and wide as possible. Instead of tucking your arms in, making yourself shallow and small, right? You really expand yourself, move your arms out, right? Move your legs out. What happens then is your confidence soars while your levels of stress decrease. And so you can use this whenever you're about to go into a demanding situation in your life, whether it's a job interview, whether it's giving a public presentation, whether it's for all athletes out there, you're going to this game that is super important to you, whether you're about to take a test for school. It doesn't matter what situation in your life, right? You're about to go talk to that girl or that guy and get to know them, right? Whatever it is in your life, right? Using this just for a minute, just standing more straight, more up tall, right? More using this expanding body language is one of the best ways that you can really gain more confidence, create more energy, and at the same time decrease your levels of stress. That's number 3. And then lastly, we've got movement and exercise. I truly believe that just exercising is the greatest mood booster in the world. Whether you're running like me, you're going to a gym, whether you're playing tennis, you're playing soccer, whatever it is, right? Just even going out for a walk is such a phenomenal way to access the neurochemistry of happiness. So, for example, what has been shown over and over and over again is that regular exercise, what it does is it boosts, first of all, endorphins and serotonin, which are responsible for your happiness. For example, serotonin is usually found in most antidepressants, and so through exercise, we can, really naturally upregulate and increase that, and thereby feel a lot better. Most of you probably have felt this before, right? You go for this run, and maybe exhausting in a moment, but afterwards, you feel so alive, so amazing. And so it's really one of the greatest ways we can access more positive feelings, more energy. At the same time, cortisol, the stress hormone, is decreased, so you feel less stress. And also BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factors released, which really helps us in creating new connections, new neural networks up in our brain, which essentially helps you learn new skills and new information much more quickly and more efficiently. And so that's the last thing I want to share with you guys. And so these 4 tools, smiling, laughing out loud, expanding our body into a more powerful stance, and lastly, using exercise and movement as a mood booster. These 4 tools really can fundamentally change your life. If you use them consistently throughout the day, over and over and over again, you can access more joy, more happiness, and more energy in your life than ever before. And so I really want to encourage you to start using this. The more often you do it, it's just like practicing anything else. It's a skill. And the more often you use this, the better you become at just consistently accessing these peak states, not just through thinking. And we talk all about thinking all the time on the show, but sometimes the fastest and easiest ways to do this is not through the mind, but it's through the body, guys. And so really want to encourage you to start using this. Let me know in the comments what you think. What's sort of your favorite way to actually use this? All the best to you guys, and see you soon.